Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Mr. Muskie Charters, offering full-service guided fishing trips for walleye, muskie, bass, and sturgeon on Lake St. Clair and the Detroit and St. Clair rivers. Booking information is online at mrmuskiecharters.com.
Do you have a hunting invention and don't know where to turn? With over 25 years of experience in the hunting industry, Greg Abbas has helped hundreds of inventors reach their dreams and can help you too. To find out more, visit our website or give us a call today.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We've got a jam-packed brand new show for you this week. We're going to start off in northern Michigan chasing some smallmouth. Then we're going to head to southern Michigan and show you two different turkey hunts that really are very cool, some great footage. We're also going to have a good tip for you this week, and we're going to have a recipe as well. So lots jam-packed into this week's show. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Grilla Grills of Holland, Michigan, makers of wood pellet, charcoal grills, and professional pellet smokers. Grilla Grills are designed for ease of use to improve your grilling and smoking skills. More information at grillagrills.com. By AnglerQuest Pontoons, a mid-Michigan company building boats for fishermen by fishermen. AnglerQuest Pontoons are designed for comfort and functionality. On the web at anglerquestpontoons.com.
Soaking in the rich tradition of Michigan hunting for over 30 years, Vanguard is proud to sponsor our friends at Michigan Out of Doors TV.
Well, the game plan is we're going to go out here on this lovely northern Michigan lake and try and find some smallmouth.
Yeah?
Yeah, see if we can't find some of the big ones that roam up here.
Lots of little inland lakes up here though, right?
Yeah, we're really fortunate up here. We have a lot of lakes. There's multiple lakes within, 30, 40 miles of Traverse City that we fish. I try to fish about 15 to 20 this time of year.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of good smallmouth fishing. So Let's see what happens.
Joining Chris today was his good buddy Andrew Lemley. We were on the Torch Lake chain of lakes just outside of Traverse City today looking for big smallies. It was cold and raining, but we sat down right on some fish, and it was one after another as we got started.
That's a little better one. Not big, but a little better. They're here.
I guess so. Is that a largemouth?
No, it's a smallie.
Oh, it's coming in a little.
Yeah, he got it underneath the chin.
Right.
Nice fish. Oh yeah. All right, coming in.
Oh yeah, it's a little better.
Took a swat at it. Got all sorts of the business end of it. This is where you got to be careful with Mr. Smallmouth.
Smallies are a ton of fun to catch, and Chris usually likes to throw a lot of different baits to start the day.
Yeah, usually we start off, and try a couple different things. That way you can really dial in on what they're doing. Some days they want to eat a jerkbait. Some days they want to eat a swim bait. Some days they'll eat a rattle trap better. So you really try different things to hone in on it. Right now, I believe it's 3-3. He's got another one on right here. Looks more like a real one. Nice fish.
A little bit better. Oh yeah.
There we go. But right now
they're eating anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're really starting to get more aggressive here as the water warms up.
Yeah.
I mean, a week ago we had
Little pre-spawner.
43 degrees here. 44.
Water?
Yeah, water temperature, and we're up to about 52 now. So we've had almost 10 degrees difference here in the last 7 days.
Okay.
So,
What's the temperature they really are looking for to spawn?
up in the 60s, the
okay.
low 50s to mid 60s. Right there is when they'll really start getting after it. So.
Chris has been a full-time guide up here for many years, and it's always fun to learn from the guys that do this all the time. He has clients most days and is on the water starting in April.
That's a nice fish there.
There you go.
Yeah. Get a picture of this one. An old deep diving jerkbait.
Ooh. Nice.
That old fatty there.
Toad.
Good morning, sweetheart. Thank you for coming to play. Now just let's keep the hooks out of Daddy's fingers.
Boy, he really ate that.
Yeah, you got all sorts of the business. And what's really good is when you see them hitting it from the front like that, when they're getting that front hook in their mouth, you know they're really eating it good. So.
One thing I think most of us are not aware of as Michiganders, especially if you're not a fisherman, is just how good our smallmouth fishing is. It's really world-renowned.
Well, I've been fortunate enough, same as Andrew, to fish a lot of places in the country, and I mean, northern Michigan, in my opinion, and from everywhere I've fished, is probably some of the best fishing on the face of the planet. Doesn't have to be a big lake, doesn't have to be a little lake. Every lake up here has big fish in it. And when we say big fish, we mean fish 5 pounds or better.
Okay.
We're very, very fortunate to have that up here.
And you're talking all smallmouth?
Yeah, all smallmouth. There's largemouth mixed in some of these lakes too. They're more of a weed-oriented fish or a wood-oriented fish, where a smallmouth gets out and roams. They'll be out on a flat somewhere in the middle of nowhere where Mr. Largemouth likes a little bit more cover.
If you're just looking to get started, the swim bait is a great way to catch fish on many of these northern Michigan lakes.
It is. It's probably my favorite thing to fish. You can fish it deep, shallow. Anybody can fish it. It's just a steady retrieve. Good way to get somebody that's new to the sport into it. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's really easy, and it's a proven fish catcher.
What kind of weight you got on there?
This is 3/8 ounce for probably 10 to 15 feet. You can get a little lighter as you go shallow or stuff like that, but very versatile bait.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice fish there.
Come over here. Whoa!
There we go.
That's a big one. I don't know if I should do this one. There's a nice one.
How big is that guy?
He's in the 4 pound range.
Okay.
Good solid fish.
Got the devil eye.
Yeah, you got the pretty eyes. Hooks are sharp. Got it in the front face again. Beautiful.
That's a nice fish.
Northern Michigan smallmouth right there. That's what it's all about.
Nice job, young man.
Fun day, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Chris, talk to me a little bit about working this jerkbait. How are you working that thing?
Well, the key to working a jerkbait, 2 things is rod selection and how you work it. I prefer a shorter rod, and I prefer to throw it on a spinning rod. You can throw it on a casting rod as well, but this is a 783 SSJR Loomis E6X. It's 6 foot rod, 6 foot 6 inches. And you really want to snap this. You want to make sure you get a good long cast. I usually reel it down first to start with. I'll reel it down, jerking it a little bit. And you want to make sure you jerk it on slack line. Slack line is one of the keys to make sure you get that bait to dart left and right and cover the water column. If you reel it down and jerk it down, it gets down to the depth it's supposed to be at, which right here we're in about 8 to 9 feet. And I'm just barely touching the bottom with this jerk bait from time to time. But you're always jerking it on slack line. I like to jerk it straight down. Get a good cast out there again. And then you let the colder water, you let it pause a little bit longer, but the water's warmed up here. We're looking at about 53.5 degree water. So just let it sit there. And I watch my slack line. It's kind of like a bobber. If that line happens to jump, then I know a fish hit it. So but one of the funnest ways to catch smallmouth for sure.
Well, truth be told, we could have showed you several more fish, and we were only on the water a few short hours. We never did catch the 6 or 7 pounders in here, but they are here. So if you're up north this summer, find a lake and have some fun.
Well, as you can see, Chris really knows his stuff. And since we were there with camera rolling, we taped some tips with Chris that we're going to be showing you over the next couple of weeks. Here's a good one on getting ready for the boating season.
Hey everybody, Chris Knopfsinger here with Travers Bay Tackle. Going to give you a tip of the week. This week's tip is going to be based on trailering. Early in the season here, a lot of people getting their trailers out for the first time of the year. Going to go over just a few things that you're going to want to check out and stay on top of as the year progresses with your trailer. First thing we want to do, whenever you're starting out, depending upon what style of hubs you have, you want to check your hubs. Make sure your hubs are well greased, make sure they're tight. Always check that on your trailer. Also, check the condition of your tires. Make sure your tires are in good condition. You always want to check your tires. A bad tire or something like that could lead to a bad day on your way to the fishing lake. So these are just things you want to check out. Make sure the pressure's right in your tires. Check the recommended PSI for your trailer tire. Fill it to that. Then you come back here, and another thing you always want to do is do a light check. Always check your trailer lights every time before you go out. Back in the back of my truck, in case things go wrong or whatever, I always have a little box that I carry with me. I have a 4-way with me to take a trailer tire on and off. And then in this box right here, I carry multiple things. This is, as you see it, I got spare parts. I have a whole spare hub right here. Always have a big crescent wrench. You never know when you're going to need it. Obviously, paper towel for your hands. Grease gun. Never know when you're going to need a grease gun out on the road. Something that's really important that I like, I carry a little mini jack with me. Everywhere I go, these are little things, even spare gloves to keep your hands from getting greasy. All things to carry with you. Big channel locks in here. You never know when you got to get onto something. Pieces and parts, these are things that have happened to me over time traveling, and I've learned that having these tools with you out on the road can lead to a quicker return and getting back on the water. So make sure you always check your trailer, have your tools with you, and if you have a breakdown, you're ready to fix it. If not, you'll always be getting to the lake on time. And that's your tip of the week.
Well, as we get down to the last few days here in May, the turkey season is finally winding down. We have a few more hunts to bring you over the next couple of weeks, but on this week's show, we have 2 hunts that are really kind of loosely based around sportsmen giving back to other sportsmen, something we always want to try and shine a light on.
Opening day of the late season was a fun hunt. I was tagging along with a first-time hunter, which isn't that unusual, but this hunter was teaching herself how to hunt and journaling it all on a video blog. We have a mutual friend who told me her story, and when I heard what she was doing, well, I had to meet Katie Lennon, and I'm glad I did. Her story is pretty unique.
Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. My name is KV, and I thought I would create a video blog about my journey for the next 60 days on trying to get a turkey. So I've never really hunted a turkey before, and I thought, why not this year? I want to try something new. And the idea came about where I could get this turkey and then show everyone how I would cook a wild turkey. So join and subscribe to this channel as I go through this 60 days journey. Bye.
Watching some of KV's video entries were eye-opening. Just imagine trying to learn to turkey hunt from only watching videos on YouTube and reading what you can. She didn't really even know any turkey hunters, so from calling to scouting, she was learning the basics. I reached out to the local sporting goods shop near where she lives, and Dan Waymick and Aaron Sabisma were nice enough to let us hunt a few of their properties. So when opening day didn't work out, we were back at it a week or so later. And this time we had some birds working our way. The issue would be, would they commit to our lone hen decoy? And if they got in range, could we make it all work? Well, we were going to find out pretty quickly. We just needed the tom to separate just a step or two more, and Kavy would take the shot. The bird walked off even though we knew it was hit hard. We could see the hen that kept on going, and just out of sight of the camera we saw the bird was down, and that's when it got a little crazy in the blind.
It's pounding really, really fast.
Good job.
Holy smokes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Dan. Oh,
Thank you.
no. Oh my God. I saw the hand behind. Oh my God. I'm hyperventilating.
Here, give me that gun before you hurt somebody.
I'm going to hurt myself with it. Oh my God. We did it. Oh, Jimmy, we did it. Holy smokes, dude. Oh my God.
Bird.
Oh my God.
Big Tom.
I'm shaking right now. You're like, take him now. Is he behind that hill?
Well, if we had time, I would run you the next 5 minutes of what can only be described as a great reaction to a first downed turkey.
Wow.
Oh, he's great.
Look
What
at
do you
him.
think, young lady?
This is exciting. Oh my gosh. I was
Did you
really
heart you pounding a little bit?
Yeah, I was very nervous. I saw him coming and I was very patient, and wow, my heart is racing right now. I was shaking actually. So if I could do this, anybody can.
Oh, what a nice bird.
Wow, look at that.
Nice big ear, and look at these.
Oh wow.
Wow, that
Look at that.
is a really old, nice, mature bird.
Wow. Last year I had a wild turkey and I cooked it last year, and I was like, you know what, this year I think I'm gonna try something new. I wanna go out and hunt myself. So I started this about, in early April, and I really read all about how to hunt turkey and do the call, and yeah, I just kind of picked up one day and said, I'm gonna do this, and here I am. I think this has been a great experience for me, because it's just the fact that you're out here enjoying Mother Nature. And even though we didn't get something the first time, it was just being out and being in a peaceful environment. Now I truly understand what hunters go through. I mean, sometimes people hunt all their lives and don't get anything because they just want to be outdoors. And I think that's awesome. And I think I would encourage other ladies to do this as well, because it's a way for us to connect with nature and connect with our spouse or friend or whoever, right? I mean, I think it's a great way for us to just to appreciate life that sometimes we forget.
What a good reminder, and that's what hunting is really all about. Appreciating life with friends and family. Thanks to Kavy, a first-time turkey hunter, for reminding us all what it's all about here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
It is really cool to see new people enjoying the outdoors and experiencing what maybe many of us have just taken for granted over the years. Special thanks to Dan and Aaron for making that possible. What we're going to do right now is show you another turkey hunt where more sportsmen are giving back to help protect the sport we love so much.
To say Brandon Nutt has some good turkey hunting spots, well, it's a bit of an understatement. Today he was giving back to the local conservation club and having a ball while doing so.
This hunt started at the Ravenna Conservation Club's annual banquet they do. Ken Borgman runs it, and I wanted to donate something this year more than just apparel-wise. So I thought, I have a lot of turkey spots, we normally get a lot of birds, so I'm going to donate a fully guided turkey hunt with a guaranteed shot on a mature bird. And after talking to Jimmy, we agreed it would air on TV given the film was good enough, and I think it is, so it kind of all worked out. So the hunt was up for live auction. So it got bidded up pretty high and turned out more than what we expected, so we couldn't be happier.
The footage? Well, it was awesome. And our hunter was in for one memorable morning in the woods.
Well, we woke up really early and we first got out there, waited 30 minutes, and probably 6 or 7 toms walked out behind us, but they walked the wrong direction, not towards us. And later, another one across the field really far away started walking towards us, and the guide called him in with his call and it came right in for me. Once he got around 100 yards away, the nerves started to kick in really bad.
These birds were coming quite a distance, and once committed, they made for some of the prettiest turkey footage you're gonna see. What a view the guys had this spring morning.
The roost this morning was just incredible, the birds that were talking, and they flew down about 100 yards away from where we expected them to, and they worked out in the middle of the field, and there were so many hens and different birds, they were locked up and they wouldn't come in, and they got over a knoll, and we looked about at least 1,000 yards away, and a hen had a nice bird fanned out there, and I ended up calling. He got where he could see the decoy, and he came the whole length, 20 yards right to the decoys, and put on a show for us.
Yes, this bird put on quite a show indeed.
Wait, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Kill him. Nice shot, buddy. Hey, give me a high five, pal. Hey, way to not move and way to use patience, buddy. Good job. That's a nice shot.
What can you say but what a hunt? Brandon came through on the scouting and getting these guys in the right position. John made a great shot, and the local conservation club gets the proceeds from the hunt. It's great to see sportsmen giving back so much of their time and talent to make sure we protect the outdoor lifestyle we all hold so dear here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Hey everybody, we are here once again at Antlers Fireside Grill outside of Canadian Lakes here, kind of mid-Michigan area. Jim Wood is our chef, and Jim, what are we going to be cooking today?
We're going to do a whitefish dish.
Okay.
And we're going to make a spring ragu. I wanted to use morels. Still April and it's still tundra out there, so
That's right.
no morels.
No morels yet.
So you can use morels in this dish.
Okay.
And you can use basically any fish also.
Whitefish is nice, good, kind of firm.
Yeah, it's a whitefish. I mean, it's not super aggressive in terms of the flavor profile. So it's a good fish, especially for somebody who doesn't like fish.
Okay, perfect. How do we get started?
Well, we got a pan going here. We're gonna add a little bit of butter, and then I'm gonna season the fish with both salt and a little bit of blackening season. You don't have to. It just adds a little more depth to the dish.
Now, is this a dish that you guys would serve here at the restaurant? Do you guys do a lot of whitefish here?
Yeah, we serve a variation of this right now. It's got actually a corn and shrimp ragu.
Next, cook the fish about 3/4 of the way through on one side and give it a flip. Cook it for another 30 seconds or so and remove it from the pan, and you're ready for the next step.
We're gonna add some mushrooms.
So this would be, so you could just go straight morels here if you had them.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do.
Because by the time this airs, we may have some morels, but we may not, so.
Yeah, so. And then asparagus, which, that's right around the corner too.
Okay. I see some shrimp over there?
Yeah, we're gonna finish it with some shrimp. I mean, you don't have to, but you're fancy and a dignitary almost.
Well,
so,
there you go.
Yeah.
Highbrow.
So we'll salt our vegetables up a little bit. Just gonna let those break down. All right, so now we have some booze, which I like to put in everything. So you're gonna want to back up a little bit, Jimmy.
Let's see what you can.
And this is this is a mixture of brandy and sherry.
Huh.
Nice. We're gonna let that go. Cream. So we're just gonna thicken that up a bit. So then we're gonna add our shrimp.
That's already cooked?
Nope. We're gonna cook the shrimp in the sauce. And then we'll add a little more salt because we just added those shrimp. All right, so it's gotten down to, sauce consistency. It's reduced down by probably 2/3.
Okay.
We're gonna hit it with a little bit of scallion just to kind of give it that, add a little onion flavor to it.
Nice. And that's going to go over top of our whitefish?
Yep, we're just going to put it right on our whitefish.
And what is the name of this dish?
This is seared whitefish with a spring ragu.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of the show or you want to see something again, you can always check us out online at michiganoutofdoorstv.com. Full episodes of the show there. We're also on several of the different social media sites if you want to follow us on a more day-to-day basis. And if you do the YouTube thing, you can actually subscribe to our channel. Then you get an email sent to you anytime we post something or post the show. So hey, make sure that you join us over the next couple of weeks because lots of good spring fishing is happening right now. We still have a few more turkey hunts to show you. Lots happening here in the great state of Michigan. Get out and enjoy it. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or greenstonefcs.com. Michigan's hunters and anglers are essential partners to the health of the state's wildlife and habitats. The Michigan Wildlife Council is dedicated to ensuring our hunting and fishing heritage and Michigan's natural resources are preserved for future generations. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. With its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses, Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan